Thanksgiving is around the corner, and so many couples struggle with what to do and who to do it with during the holiday season. I've got some things for couples that I think are wise to talk about, to discuss, to make a plan before the holidays. Because remember, after Thanksgiving, it comes with Christmas, with Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, and then there's New Year's. And if you have a plan in place, it's going to cut down those conflicts and also help you both enjoy it and strengthen your relationship rather than tear it apart. Here they are. First of all, decide who you're going to celebrate with. There's all kinds of ways you can negotiate and figure out who to spend the holidays with and how to leave both families feeling loved and cared for, and yet both of you intact. But don't wait until the last minute. Make a plan now, whether it's alternating holidays with the other partner's family or however you do it. If you're close enough, you may be able to do it at both houses during the day. Whatever you plan to do, make sure you talk about it, communicate about it, so there's no hurt feelings between the two of you. Secondly, invasive questions from family members. You know there's always a family member who's going to ask something that's hurtful or makes you feel mad or sad or whatever. Whether it's when are you going to get married and you've just been through a breakup, or why aren't you married, or why aren't you in a different job? Why are you still wasting your life? There's all kinds of things relatives say, and I don't think they mean it intentionally, and even if they do, it comes back to how you respond. So if you're with someone, talk to them before you have to encounter those questions. Role play, make a plan so the two of you can kind of back each other up. If you're by yourself, then role play by yourself what you'll say and leave them feeling like you're not offended. You don't have to try to write the score or fight back with them. All you need to do is be in control, and you can do that if you have an answer you've already figured out. And then if you just leave the conversation, don't stay there and take that through the whole holiday thinking that's part of your job for being in this family. It isn't. And when you are at holidays, watch what you're drinking, because a lot of the chaos that a therapist ends up hearing about after the holidays has to do with people who are over drinking, not thinking about how they talked or what they said, and somebody else received the brunt of that conversation. Thirdly, cultural misunderstandings. A lot of people come from a lot of different countries, different cities, different families, and we all have a different way of celebrating the holidays. Instead of being judgmental or thinking yours is the only way to celebrate, it's important that you encourage, that you embrace other cultures, other people from different families. Remember, some of those families grew up with a lot of chaos during this time. And if you can be someone who encourages a friendly, well-attended event, they're going to feel really loved in your family. Sometimes people have shared things they learned or they actually experienced or made a tradition out of in their home. And when they brought it to my table, it was fantastic. And I've embraced it and adopted it throughout the years. So that's another good thing to try and do. Fourthly, limit your ability to not have time alone with your partner. I think what's most important is the two of you keep dating during this time. You keep checking in with each other. How are you doing? If you're visiting other people, instead of just immersing yourself in your family and doing things with your siblings that you miss so much, don't forget you've got a partner. And if you're that partner, take care of yourself and make sure that you show your partner that you don't need them 24/7 to entertain you, that you can be left alone, that you want to get to know their family too. And in this way, you're going to really make each other feel good about visiting, and the families are going to be very receptive and love you both. And after all, when you're visiting for Thanksgiving, it's such a short time. You want that from each other. You want that for your relationship. And lastly, if you don't get along with the in-laws or your partner's family, it's really important that you take a step back. Remember, they loved your partner first. Listen more than you say and stay away from judging. Instead of judging, try to change your perspective. Ask them what it was like for them growing up. The more you know the people who raised your sibling, the more you're going to, or your partner, the more you're going to have a better understanding of your partner, how to treat them, what makes them feel loved, and why they act the way they do. When I got to know my husband's family, I knew so much more. I understood so much more about my husband, and it actually helped our relationship, and it can help you too. Remember also, the less we say during the holidays and the more we listen, the better off we're going to be, as well as our relationship.